On a grey day like this, it is nice to imagine that you are in more exotic climates. And actually, our guest today can help with that. She's got a new album coming out based on her connection to the country Uruguay. It's called The Road to Paysandú, and it certainly makes you think of warmer fronts. Take a listen to this.
The kindness of a friend will make it in the end. If only life will end. The kindness of a friend.
Imagine listening to this on a nice beach or at a field somewhere where it's sunny. This is The Kindness of a Friend by Joanna Eden, a jazz musician based in Saffron Walden, who actually performed at the BBC Proms in recent months with a rather famous former student of hers. Who am I talking about? Well, we'll find out very soon. Joanna joins us in the studio. Welcome, Joanna. How are you?
Hi, Akylah. Lovely to be here. Thank you for having us. Yeah, fine.
Lovely to have you here and to, again, hear your music taking us to somewhere much, much warmer. But before we talk about your music, let's talk about you, because you've become quite the name in the jazz scene here in the UK. You've had the likes of Jamie Cullum and Dame Cleo Lane saying really good things about you. So I want to know, Joanna, where it all began and what brought you into music.
I think it was my dad was a bandsman in the RAF, but before that he'd been a jazz musician, and then he always did jazz gigs and dragged me along. But his gigs were a bit more on the trad jazz, so like lots of clarinet, and I said no, I'd hate it. But then he had at home an Ella Fitzgerald album, and I heard that and I was like, what is that? I love that. I feel warm, I feel hugged. That beautiful velvet voice of Ella Fitzgerald just got me involved, I think, and I've always written songs. So, and my dad was always a wordsmith, and my mum was a drama teacher. So, you know, a combination of the music, the drama, you know, it was written in the stars.
As I say, it was inevitable. Although, did you not feel like following in his footsteps and going into a military band as well?
Not really, no. No, the marching and all that. A bit hard with the piano as well.
Oh, I suppose so, yes, because that is your instrument of choice. As well as vocalist and songwriter, you're a pianist as well, which I feel like jazz piano is one of the hardest to play, in my opinion.
Yes, and I'm every pianist is like, just wants to be the next better thing, you know, and I always think I'm only just scraping the surface of it. But it's a wonderful thing to do and sing, because you are kind of in there with the sound, and you can change the dynamics, and you can write so well on the piano, you know. So I would recommend any singer to do a little bit of piano playing, or guitar, which is great too.
Well, as we've heard a little bit of a clip there when it comes to Joanna's music, new album comes out the 2nd of May, The Road to Paysandú. I did say that correctly, didn't I?
Oh, nearly.
Oh, no!
I
was practising as well.
Really, I mean, we deliberately named it that just to catch people out. No, we didn't. It's Paysandú, and I wouldn't have known how to say it either, but it's in Uruguay, and it's just north of Fray Bentos, which you might have heard of. Heard of Fray Bentos?
I haven't, but I wish I had, because it's a country I'd like to visit.
Well, not most people know Fray Bentos because they make pies in a tin. And, you know, if you went on caravan holidays like me in the 1980s, you would have been eating a Fray Bentos pie, and it would have been gross.
So is that the reason why you decided to dedicate an album to this Uruguayan town?
No. I met Andres, who's sitting next to me, through basically band members said, come on, let's get a really great bass player in this band. And Andres is the guy, you know. So he joined the band, and then a few years later we kind of got together, and in lockdown we sort of romanced a little bit, and now we're married.
Congratulations.
And he said, it does mean, you know, being with me, you might have to go to Uruguay every now and then, visit family. I went, that'll be hard. What, going to a lovely summer location in the middle of winter? So every February now we go to Uruguay.
Wow. And you have dedicated an album to that story, to that place, and we'll hear a little bit more about it. We'll also have the wonderful chance to hear Joanna and Andres perform in the studio as well.
The sound of Essex.
And all the music you love. BBC Essex.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon. We are joined in the studio by Joanna Eden, whose new album, The Road to Paysandú.
Yay!
There we go, Paysandú, is coming out in May and bringing the wonderful story of how you met your husband, who's joining us in the studio, and put it into song, reminding us of much warmer climates, which is nice. We'll talk a little bit more about the album, but I did tease there that Joanna has some famous connections. Now, Joanna, you do work with youth. You mentor them through music. There's lots of different things you do. You teach. And one of your former students is none other than Sam Smith, who has hailed you as the reason why they sing, which is incredible, by the way.
It is. I think it's too generous, really, because I think they would have sung, to be fair.
Do you reckon?
I don't think there would have been much stopping them, whatever. But it's a lovely thing that, you know, I feel an immense strength of feeling coming off of Sam. So, yeah, it's lovely.
Well, I mean, first of all, that's great to hear. But second of all, they kindly invited you to perform at the BBC Proms last year, which must have been such an incredible moment. How was it for you?
Oh, it was okay. No. It was incredible. Yeah, it was like being I don't know, I describe it as like being like your dream day, you know. It was just being looked after as a musician. You can't think of anywhere much better than the Royal Albert Hall to perform. And then I turned around, we did our rehearsal the day before at Ali Pali, and I turned around and I was playing, and then suddenly the BBC Concert Orchestra joined in.
Wow.
And they had their part to the song and I had mine. I didn't know it was all going to come together, and it was absolutely magical. And Sam was a dream and created this beautiful, lovely atmosphere and beauty on the stage as well. It was also beautifully designed. And yeah, so, and at the end, Sam said to me, that was a career high for me. And I just thought, what a lovely thing. And I can understand that, wanting to be able to give back and say thank you, and to sort of take me, because I'd taken him out as my backing singer. In fact, we're doing our launch at Pizza Express, and he came in was my backing vocalist then when he was about 15, you know, on a school night, which was just not good. Yeah.
That's a great influence right there. Just leave school, come and perform with me.
I thought I'm going to exploit this voice before it goes off to greater things.
And it absolutely did. And magical and beautiful is the absolute words to describe your performance. I wanted to share it because we do have a clip of you and Sam Smith performing at the Royal Albert Hall. It's for the BBC Proms, and this was your rendition of Hushabye Mountain.
Watch your boat on Hushabye Mountain, sail far away from Lullaby Bay, sail far away from
Absolutely beautiful. And I couldn't let a moment pass without having that play on the radio, because it was captivating. And if you get the chance to watch it, it is online. You can Google it and have a look and see what was going through your mind at that moment, Joanna.
Don't play a bum note, I think. Yeah, but just also Sam just looking over and so reassuringly, and the warmth that person has, you know, exuding to everybody in the room, all the artists on the stage. It is an extraordinary thing. And I think Sam at their level is the top of this huge, great pyramid of people working for them to make the event happen. And they just were brilliant in the way that they handled all that. And I think 10 years in, that's quite a thing to be able to do and to remain sane. So, well done, Sam.
True. And you, of course, have been a part of their journey, but also you work with kids and youth around Saffron Walden as well. Now, am I right in thinking you created a youth group called The Garden?
Yes, yeah. One of my proudest things, you know, coming out of Sam suddenly getting famous, and I just was getting crazy offers like, come and teach my kid at the Lanesborough Hotel, we'll give you £2,000 for the weekend, and I couldn't do it, damn, I was busy. But I just thought, I want to make something really positive out of Sam's adventure and journey and everything. So I thought, right, a free for whoever wants to come thing where they can come along and do songwriting and singing and performing. And it's been running since 2017, and with my friend Kevin, who helps me run it. And it's always a struggle to find funding to make it free, but it's remained free, and we're really proud of it. And the songwriting talent and young people is extraordinary. When you just give them that chance, they just blow us away every week. It's amazing.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Speaking of songwriting, I know that you and your husband Andres are going to be performing for us in just a moment, and you've picked one of the top songwriters, I think, of all time. Who have you gone for and why?
I've chosen Joni Mitchell. She's Ella's my singing hero. Joni is my songwriting hero. She knows how to just tell it like it is in her heart. And this song is on the album, The Road to Paysandu. And we did an arrangement of it for the band, but we're just going to do it as a little... Andres is going to play guitar, and I'm going to pare it down to do Joni Mitchell's Blue, which is classic.
All right, well, let's let you get to it then. We have a nice husband and wife duo in the studio for a change. And you're performing such a fantastic song from Joni Mitchell. This is Joanna Eden live in the BBC Essex studios.
Blue. You know I've been to sea before. Crown and anchor me. Oh, watch me sail away. Blue, here is a song for you. Ink on a pen underneath the skin. There's so many sinking now. You've gotta keep thinking. I've gotta make it feel the waves. Acid blues and ass, needles, guns and grass. Lots of laughs, lots of laughs. Blue. Saying that hell's the hippest way to go. Well, I don't think so, but I'm gonna take a look around it though. Blue, I love you, blue. Hey, blue, here is a shell for you. Inside you'll hear a sigh, a foggy lullaby. Here is your song from me.
That was absolutely incredible. Joanna, you just blew me away with your voice there. Thank you. Joanna Eden joining us in the studio today, just doing a wonderful rendition of Joni Mitchell there. Joanna Eden performing Joni Mitchell in the studio with husband Andres as well, who has been part of the inspiration of the new album The Road to Paysandu, which is going to make you feel like you are in sunnier, warmer, more exotic climates for sure. 2nd of May is when it comes out, Joanna. And what can we expect?
Yeah, and the 4th of May we've got the launch. So yeah, Pizza Express. Still a few tickets available there in Soho. You can expect an album of songs of exploration of a place, another place. You know, you're on holiday, and it's as you described. It's sort of an atmosphere of like, I'm just here. I'm not, thinking about the future or the past. I'm just in the moment, absorbing everything. So yeah, lots of rhythms. Andres is like an amazing bass player, so lots of grooves, and lots of original music, and the Joni Mitchell, and another cover by Milton Nascimento, an amazing Brazilian songwriter, a singer, and I don't know. I like it anyway.
Well, we can check it out for ourselves, and you'll be able to hear Joanna's story told through this album, as well as, of course, get a feel of another place. Joanna Eden joining us in the studio today, performing with husband Andres as well, from Saffron Walden, yet taking your music international, which is always lovely to hear. Thank you, Joanna.
Thanks so much, Akylah. Thanks for having us.